Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Alright, I'm just wanted to pop up on here. I have a message, and it's time to step up and start taking action towards what it is that I am meant to do. This is nothing new, and this isn't something people have never heard before, because they have. Several have, anyways. But God's been really on my case. In the higher power, whatever. My guiding light has been pushing and pushing and pushing me to start taking action towards what it is that I truly feel is fulfilling my purpose and what I am here for. Alright? So bear with me, because this might be a little long, and some people might get bored with it. Some might find it rather, interesting. Okay, so coming on 4 years almost, come February of 2024, I had a huge tower moment. I had a wake-up call that was not really pleasant or fun necessarily, but it was much needed. A tower moment that really brought me down to my knees. All right. 4 years ago, I was in a relationship, and I had been in that relationship for 8 years. Well, I knew deep down in my soul that a tower moment was coming in, a big tower moment, something life-changing, something very, at the time, was devastating. My family was falling apart. Everything about it, everything I'd built, everything. A lot of that had to do with it was built on a faulty foundation. We never did go into it right in the first place. It was a huge lesson that I needed to learn to wake me up. I was, well, in a sense, I was looked at as crazy. I felt crazy. I felt insane. I felt not normal. I felt not of this world. I felt like I was dying. Literally, I was dying as my life and the foundation that I had built was just crashing, tumbling down all around me. I didn't have faith either. I didn't really tap in or listen to my intuition, even though I knew that it was accurate as fuck. But I was in denial. Needless to say, I was practically starving myself. I was living on little to no sleep. I was working myself to death for a company that I'm sure in their own way was appreciative, but they really were dependent upon me, and I allowed it to take over and become the forefront of everything in my life. I mean, it became more important to me to work and make that money, even if it almost killed me. I risked my life every day. I was driving 2 hours one way to work a 12 to 16 hour shift because I thought that was the right thing to do. No job and no business is worth risking your life, so get that out of your head. If you're unhappy and you're just doing it because it's what you're told to do, take a step back, go within, figure out, is it really what you want to do? Anyways, all of that played a part. My stress levels were high. I ended up with psoriasis a few years prior. My stress was out of this world. It was just, it was not a good situation. I ended up going to a mental ward for 4 days. And it was just a big wake-up call. That I was meant for more, that I needed to do more, that I needed to stop carrying the burdens of everything and everyone around me. I needed to put myself in the forefront, not everything else. I was one of those people who would give and give to anybody other than myself. I was naive. I focused solely on only helping others, loving others, while forgetting about myself. And eventually it weighed down on me, and it really brought me down. Literally, it was like my life flashed right before my eyes, like crazy. But I've always had this inkling to do more ever since I was a young girl. And I mean, I came into this world, I went into a home that I endured and experienced a lot of abuse. It was, my father was an alcoholic. I experienced sexual abuse of a child molestation. I got firsthand experience of watching domestic abuse and experiencing abuse, child abuse, and just a whole lot of not pleasant experiences. There was a lot of pain endured and taken over that time. I was literally watching all those I loved hurt themselves and hurt others, including me. I was never able to overcome it, so I had taken all that baggage, all that past baggage from then, and I brought it with me through my adulthood, and I went into a relationship. It was great and everything, but it was another situation where alcohol made a big impact. I was drinking a lot. At one point, person I was involved with was gone all the time, and he was drinking on a regular. He was away more than he was with me and our son at the time. And the biggest thing is trying to forgive those that didn't know any better. Like, love them from where they stand. Hurt people, rather they mean to or not. And they loved us to the best that they could. There was lessons involved and things that we needed to learn. I continued to carry that on through my adulthood. I couldn't see the light. I couldn't see nothing. I felt abandoned, and that really was heightened in the latest relationship that ended 4 years ago almost. There was a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on there. But I was meant to help others, to love unconditionally, and to show people what it's like to love. Have somebody not judge you from your past mistakes. But that means forgiving those and forgiving yourself for not knowing any better at that time. This will only continue from here. I will have many more messages pop up over time, but I do have a greater purpose, and I am about to step into that power. Have a good day.